What up, everybody? Got another special guest. We're promoting a Black business today, man. We're promoting something that you as Black people need to be supporting. If not, then you're a sellout. Yes, I said it. You need to be patronizing Black businesses, and we have one to promote today, man. I think y'all gonna enjoy it. It's a young brother with a chicken spot, man, a wing spot. And we know y'all love wings. Y'all got to check it out. This man's doing big things. He's going to be at NRG Stadium this Thursday for the Texans and Panthers Thursday night game. So, I mean, you might be seeing some terrible football from the home team, but at least you'll be full of wings, possibly.
Yeah. And this place is pretty good, man. I go, it's a food truck. I go to this food truck pretty often. I felt like he knew who I was without actually knowing who I am.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how often I go.
Yeah, when he asked for the extra sauce, I was like, yeah, go ahead and give it to him.
You got the Figgy special, man. The Figgy special. I feel you.
Yes, sir.
But yes, the name of the joint is Stuffed Wings. And
Yes,
we have the founder of Stuffed Wings, Jarrod, joining us, man. So Jarrod, I guess start with your journey, man. How'd you come up with this idea, the stuffed wings? What was the genesis of this entire venture?
Yeah, man. So I would start off as I was an engineer, doing electrical engineering for 12 years in the oil and gas business. So I always had a passion for, hospitality and customer service. But it was just something that I thought that I would be able to do, but didn't really know if I could really do it or not. So I did a food truck prior before Stuffed Wings, and it lasted about 3 months. Like, it was just hard work, 3 months. And it was probably the roughest 3 months of my life, but it gave me so much experience, And when I thought it was done, I did it, and I could say that I have my own food truck business. At least I tried, but I'll just go ahead and stick with my engineering and all that. And then I could say maybe like 2 years later, man, I started getting this feeling like, man, you were supposed to continue it, and it's still your passion, And I just kind of ignored it for a little bit. And then one day my wife called me when I was at work at my desk, and it's the question that every spouse gets around 5 o'clock: what we gonna eat for dinner? And so I was like, you know what? I was gonna text you and ask you the same thing: what we gonna eat for dinner? So it's normally my nights to cook on Thursday nights for the family, and I was like, you know what? Let me try to put my wife's 2 favorite dishes together, which is Cajun food, dirty rice, and fried chicken. And I was like, you know what? It'll be bomb if I can get this dirty rice inside this wing. And at the time, I didn't even know about the concept of having a stuffed wing, but I was like, I wonder how can I do it? So I was like, I went home, experimented, and found a way to get it inside. And I was like, let's see if she likes, because she's a very picky eater. Man, when I say she fell in love with it, I was like kind of blown away. So I made it. She was like, let's make this, again for dinner, next week sometime. And then she loved it again. The boys loved it, they were younger at the time. I think they was like maybe 4 and 2 at the time. You got a 2-year-old eating a chicken wing with dirty rice in it. And my wife was like, you know what? Let's have some friends over and let's make the wings for them then. And all my friends loved it. And then my neighbor heard about it. And he was like, hey, man, can you do a small batch for me for a graduation party for one of my family members? Made about maybe 75 wings. Took me all day to make them, And then I was like, okay. I get a call. He said, hey, man, this whole family loved it. One of the family members want to know, can you do something for their Thanksgiving dinner? And so it just grew into like a little weekend catering, And I wasn't even trying to make it a business. So it grew from a weekend catering to a pop-up at HEB out here in Pearland, Texas. And I went to have a interview with store manager and some of the department managers, and they said, hey, come do a presentation for us, and we can possibly have a little pop-up here at the store. Went to the interview presentations. It was quiet. All you hear was smacking and crunching. And I'm like, do you like it or not like it? They was like, man, when can you start? And I was like, whenever you want me. They said, can you start this weekend? So I went out that weekend, started on a Saturday, opened at 12, was done by 1:30. I was sold out at 1:30. I came back the next day, that Sunday, with double the inventory and sold out again at like an hour and a half again. And I was like, you know what? This seems like it could be something legit, you know? And I kept doing the pop-ups with HEB. And then I did a Friday, and you can check my Instagram page. I did a 300 challenge. It was like the movie 300. So I called it like 300 challenge, where I do 300 wings on a Friday. All you have to do is text me, call me, or email me. And that was the max wings I was going to do. So I would constantly hit 300 wings every Friday. And I started boosting it in little increments, like, okay, let me do 400 challenge. Let's do the 500 challenge. And it just kept growing. I was like, wow. And I was like, you know what? Let's start doing the festival. So I started doing Black Restaurant Week festivals and, you know, having long lines for that. And then doing Missouri City Music Festival, you know, just some of the big festivals before COVID hit. And this was way before COVID. This was like 2016, 2017. I didn't go full term into Stuffed Wings until 2018, the end of 2018 at that. So that's kind of like the beginning of the journey and how I got to where I'm at now. And we're getting ready to open our Midtown location in November. Our first retail location.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Hit the applause drop, Figgy. We need the applause for that one. You gotta give it up for that one, man.
That's dope.
Yeah.
You mentioned 2016. That's when I moved to Houston because I'm originally from Cleveland. And
okay.
Yeah, so I think I'm actually that's when I first discovered it, I want to say. So
yeah,
it's amazing, man. I've never even heard of anything like a stuffed wing. And
yes, sir.
Yeah, so can you explain to the people what all you put into what all you can put into a stuffed wing?
Yeah, sure. So what Stuffed Wing specializes is taking a traditional chicken wing, a bone-in traditional chicken wing, and stuffing it with some of your favorite Louisiana cuisines like dirty rice, boudin, seafood boudin, which got shrimp and crawfish in it. Also the mac and cheese. We stuff mac and cheese inside the wings. During the holiday season, I make my mom make the broccoli cheese casserole that I grew up loving, and I stuff that inside of a wing, and that does really well during Thanksgiving time. I even did Jamaican jerk rice, jerk wings with stuffed wings. So we've done some interesting things with the wing, and we haven't even scratched the surface of some of the things we're gonna have come out soon later on this year.
Man, that's dope. And it seems like you actually were following a demand rather than trying to force something, which I think is very important, because I feel like some people they just want to start a food truck or and they don't even know if their food's really good like that, man. Like, of course, your friends gonna prop you up, but you don't know if there's demand. But it seems like you had an organic start where you actually had a huge demand for this and you just followed suit. So no, that's really dope, man. That's really inspiring.
Yes, sir. I mean, it all to start off with family, because the core of our business is all family. I always say when I do a post or a presentation or a big announcement, I always say stuff family, because it started with family for me. Started with my wife and kids, and then friends of the family. My neighbors are family because we all know each other, and then my church family really gave me a big boost, because that's one part of the story I left out, because I would do Sunday service at my church, and it's a pretty mega church here in Houston. And
what church?
This is Windsor Village United Methodist Church.
Okay.
So Pastor Kirby John Caldwell, one of the minority owners of the Houston Texans, and I didn't even get this Houston Texans plug through him. It was just really just hard work, and being out there. So I will be out there on Sundays, man, and imagine like hundreds of people at the each service. You got hundreds of people standing in line trying to get some wings. And this was before food truck, man. This was when I had a tent and I had to pick up the fryers out of my trailer and carry them, to underneath the tent. So this whole process has been organic for me,
And I got to say, you got a unique food truck too. It's not like a traditional food truck.
Exactly.
Did you build this food truck, or did you just find it and just bought it, or how did you come up with this type of food truck?
So, man, my wife designed the truck actually. She wanted to have an open concept because most food trucks, people have this stigma about food trucks. You don't know what's going on behind them. So she wanted people to feel like, hey, we don't have nothing to hide from this. You can have an open window demo, concept to where you can see what's going on with your food. You see where it's coming from, what it's going into, and where it's coming out to, so, and we wanted to be inviting, and we wanted to stand out from other food trucks because we knew the concept was different, but we wanted the truck to be different too as well. So when we step out in those festivals and you see tons of food trucks, we're gonna stand out because you can look straight through the truck, especially at nighttime.
I mean, that is a dope concept because you really don't know. And I was going to bring that up too. There's a lot of Houston's really kind of known for the food trucks at this point. There's a whole lot of places to eat here, a whole lot of food trucks. And yeah, sometimes you really don't know what's going on behind that kitchen. I don't know if that's real meat they're using. You don't know what's going on, man. So what is that environment like? Do you think it's very competitive being in, having a food truck? Is there a heavy competition for business when you have one and there's so many other ones around as well?
Man, I would say that I wouldn't say it's competition. I would say it's just more of an environment where it's just a lot of hard work per the individual food truck. To get gigs and to get opportunities, it's just about being at the right place at the right time. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all good.
It's about being at the right place at the right time. I personally don't put myself in a competition with other food trucks. I'm always a open canvas. Like, you ask me, how did I get this opportunity? I'm gonna let you know how I got the opportunity. Or there's other ways to bring revenue for your food truck, which parks work, which parks don't work, what festivals to do, what festivals not to do. But it can be competitive when you're competing for a spot at a festival because it's all about best product and pricing too at the same time. Some people will take a cut just to be at a festival, just to get their name recognized from a broader audience, or be seen by someone that normally wouldn't see you if you was at your regular location, So it's all about just putting in the hard work. But as far as making a competition, I don't really see myself in a competition with anybody else. And I think that's the mindset to really have. Is not to see other people as competition in this business, especially in the food trucks, because it's so difficult. I mean, imagine a mobile kitchen moving every day and on these Houston streets that got dents and bumps all over the road. So something is going to break eventually, So those one of the things I would say.
I feel you, man. Really, the best you could do is just perfect your own craft. It's hard to compete against other people because, I said, it's tough out there, man. It's a lot of competition, a lot of people vying for your taste buds out here. So, since you got a chicken spot, man, I'm gonna leave it to you to settle the eternal debate. You gotta settle this one once and for all. Flats or drums?
Oh man. I'm a flat guy.
Oh, okay.
It's the flats for me, man.
I'm rolling with flats too, man. Figgy, what say you? Are you a flat or drum guy?
I like the drums, man, because I'm probably like the only person that eat chicken wings with one hand.
Yeah.
I can eat anything with one hand. I'm a big wing guy, but the drums are easier to eat with one hand because it's only,
and you get more meat on the drum too.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, but I like both, man. As a kid, I was a flat guy, but now I like the drum because it's easier to eat.
Yeah, and the thing about the flats, if you got a wing that has the flip at the end of it, the tip of it, that's a little extra piece that you can eat off too as well,
Yeah. So real quick, tell us about the what y'all call it, chai sauce.
Yes, sir. So
Yeah, explain to the people what the shy sauce is. It's really good, man. I ain't gonna lie, I'll be pissed when y'all run out of it.
Oh yeah.
The wings, and then I'll be like, "Oh, you got the shy sauce?" And like, "Oh, we out." Like, oh man, that's like
Yeah.
the sauce at the vinaigrette sauce at Chipotle, man. Like if you out of that, man, you might as well just put the burrito away, even though the wings are still good. But
Yeah.
the shy sauce just put the extra cherry on top.
So Ryan, last game, Figgy came to the booth, and my back was turned. I mean, we just was just hammered. And I'm just getting the orders out, and I hear something in the back. My wife's telling me like, no, let me ask. I gotta ask my husband if he can get an extra sauce. And I turn around, I see Figgy. I said, yeah, go ahead and give it to him. Give him the extra sauce, because I mean, the sauce is bomb. I mean, it came from one of my mentors. She's from Chicago, and they have a mild sauce in Chicago. It's more of a barbecue hot sauce base in Chicago. So what I did is kind of like we kind of remixed it, or she kind of remixed it and did of a more Louisiana Houston thing. So it's more of a hot sauce base, but with a good sweet taste to it. So and we don't even toss our wings and sauce on the truck just because we don't have the capacity to do it. And that's one of those things when it comes to food trucks, you're cramped for space. And you know, the health inspector is always on the lookout for something. So I wish that we could toss the wings and sauce, but we kind of put it on the side so you can toss it yourself or just dip it like you do ranch. That's how our shy sauce is like
that,
the
to be honest.
I know. Our shy sauce is like Wingstop ranch. You know, people pay extra money for that ranch, you know, because that ranch is that good. So but yeah, that's where it derived from. It derives from Chicago.
Okay, and what exactly is the sauce? Because I'm just imagining it, and now I'm getting hungry. But what exactly? You say it's like a mild sauce, but like, what is it kind of comparable to?
Man, I want to say it's like a hot honey sauce from Popeyes. If you ever tried the hot and honey sauce from Popeyes, that's what it's like. Good. Yeah, it's real good. Theirs a little thicker than ours. Ours is more of a saucier taste, a saucier look, texture. But that's probably the closest thing you'll come to it.
Okay. I'm getting hungry now, man.
Yeah, it's really good. It's worth it. And when I see y'all was gonna be at NRG, I was originally thinking like, okay, they probably gonna bring the food truck outside or something like that. So I looked outside. I'm like, I don't see it. It was some other food trucks, but I'm like, I don't see it. And so I checked the page again. I'm like, oh, they're actually inside the stadium. I'm like, wow. I'm like, I got to go find it. Man, when I tell you, I walked around for like an hour or two trying to find it because
you missed the game.
Yeah, pretty much. And what threw me off was it's a sign outside of the where y'all at that say I think it said like city eats or something, street eats.
Oh, street eats. Yeah.
So I thought that was something else. And when I kept looking at the sign, it kept saying how it had the chicken strips or something like that. And I'm like, no, that's not it. That ain't it. And I wasn't paying attention, so I didn't even see y'all. So I walked around, I went upstairs, I walked around, I asked like 3 or 4 people. I'm showing them Instagram. I'm like, where's booth 104? And they had no idea what I was talking about. And the whole time, y'all was right outside where my wife and her peoples were sitting at the game.
Oh, wow.
So I walked past it probably like 40 times. And I told my wife, I'm like, look, it's right here. And she was so mad. She like, don't even tell me right now. Don't tell me. She was walking with me. And you know, walking around that stadium, you get tired, man. That
man. Believe me.
Yeah. And then not to mention, I was working for Sports Radio 610. I was working outside. So I'm already high. I'm judging tailgates. And so I'm like, man, let me find this place. And I couldn't find it. So I finally found it. I'm like, yes. But it's good.
Yeah, so that initiative started probably about early 2018. I think it's Aramark that works for the Houston Texans. They started an initiative to help the small business food trucks have an opportunity to come inside the game. So our first game was actually in 2018, and we was using a kiosk like you see at a mall, like a regular small little kiosk, and that was busy too. That was super crazy for us. So they saw the struggle. They was like, hey, some of these food trucks are doing pretty good in here. They actually could use their own booth, you know? So they created a booth space for us to go in and utilize and have our own kitchen, our own refrigeration, you know, own sodas and stuff. So for us, it's like a vacation for us because we're so used to being in a small box on a food truck. You give us all this open space, we having fun in there, you know?
Yeah, it's actually smart. That's a good thing they're doing. That's giving people like y'all a chance to, you know, do what y'all do best in a, you know, better place instead of being in the crammed up food truck.
Yeah, exactly. So, and they love the product too as well. So they you know, they're rooting for you too as well. They want you to succeed. So they was like, man, hey, we don't have wings inside the stadium. There's no wings in the stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just too expensive for them. So it's like, man, we'll just stick with the chicken tenders and hamburgers and hot dogs and nachos, and maybe leave that up to some other vendor that specializes in those type of things.
Yeah.
So it's a big plus for us as a food truck that does wings.
Yeah, I was actually in line with somebody, and I guess they was looking for chicken tenders, and I'm like, no, it's actually wings. I'm like, it's worth it. I explained to them, like, it's called stuffed wings. They stuff, you know, dirty rice, boudin, whatever in it. And I'm like, I had it a bunch of times, and it's worth it. I'm like, just get it in line. So I'm guessing they liked it, but yeah, it was really good to see y'all in there, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, I root for people like y'all, you know, small Black businesses, and it's good to see y'all actually in the building. And like you said, y'all did good. So it was good.
I mean, it's pretty exciting to be get ready for Thursday night football tomorrow. You know, that's a national game. So I was really grateful for the opportunity to be able to do that. A 7:20 game, once everybody get off work and go straight to the game, they're gonna be ready to eat.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Win or lose.
We're hoping for a win, man, but I don't know. This quarterback situation, I don't know how it's gonna go, man.
We'll see. It's touchy, man.
So have you been a Texans fan like all your life, man? What are your sports allegiances like?
Man, so I can't say I've been a Texans fan my whole life. The Texans came when I was a junior in high school, and I was playing football, and I was like, man, we could actually get an NFL team called the Texans. I might have an opportunity to try out, you know? So I was like, let me see if I could get through high school and see if I can possibly try out. But, you know, things changed. So I wasn't disappointed, but, you know, I still have a love for football. So I would say one of my special things about football is I'm a player guy. I'm not really a team guy. So I really like players. Like I remember Aaron Foster. I was a huge Aaron Foster fan.
Yep.
You know,
he was. We had him on the podcast.
Yeah, undrafted. You know, you know, and he kind of made a name for himself. You know, despite the injuries, he was a great running back.
Yeah.
You know, and Andre Johnson. I'm a huge Andre Johnson fan still. You know, he still does a lot for the city. You know, and for the players too as well. Making sure they get their rights and what they need. Let's see. I'm a huge Colin Kaepernick fan. You know, standing up for Black rights and, you know, and justice and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm more of a individual player guy when it comes to football rather than a team guy. Even though my family is Dallas Cowboys fans.
Oh no! No!
Yeah, you know, Super Bowl every year.
Yeah, 20 years
That's
ago.
What they think. Oh yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
Man. Well, we appreciate your time, Jarrod.
Yes, sir.
We got to put you on the spot though. Thursday night football, Texans, Panthers. Who's taking the W?
Oh man, I'm gonna say the Texans on this one.
Okay.
Okay.
We ain't gonna get into the scores. We're just gonna say Texas winning. Okay. Well,
no, don't go to the scores. It might be a kickoff to win the game. Who knows?
Yes. So yeah, appreciate you and your time. Your story is really inspirational, man. I'm glad we had you on.
Oh, thank you.
I definitely looking forward to your first retail location later this year when you open it up. And
what's the date? What's the date on that? I meant to ask you that. What's the date?
Yes, sir. So that's coming November this year.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna
we're a little bit
eye out, man.
Just in time for Thanksgiving, man. Perfect.
Yes, yes, sir. I'll keep y'all posted on that.
Yes, please do.
Once it get closed, maybe we have you back on the promoted and all that.
Yeah, yes, sir. I thank y'all for the opportunity to come on and talk with you all.
No problem, man. Anytime. We appreciate it.
And what section you gonna be in again?
So we're gonna be in. Yeah, so we're gonna be in booth 103 on the 100 executive level. So we'll be booth 103 right next to Texas Lone Star and Papa John's Pizza.
Okay. Yeah, people, please go try it out, man. Y'all try pizza all the time. Y'all try the chicken fingers and all that stuff. Try some stuff wings.
Right.
And tell them Figgy sent you. I would say Rockett ain't tried yet, but yes, tell them I sent you, man. It's really good. It's worth it. I'll be there tomorrow. I'll be there Thursday to get some myself as soon as I finish working.
Yes, sir.
Yes, y'all make sure y'all stop by. Make sure you follow him on Instagram too. Stuffed Wings, STUFFD Wings _HTX. Make sure y'all follow him on Instagram for some mouth-watering pictures of some chicken while you're thinking about what you're gonna do at the game. We appreciate your time, bro, and we definitely gonna see you again, man. Take care.
Yes, sir. Thank you.